Welcome to Liverpool 12th Man Show. I am the Liverpool 12th Man. And we have a cool show lined up for you today because we're going to be doing a Survivor Series. And we're also going to be talking about team news. We're also going to talk about some ratings from yesterday as well. So, excuse me, should be a good show. Action-packed as always. And I have with me today the Irishman. Irishman, how are you?
Very well, very well. Hope you're all well. Anyone in the chat?
Yeah.
Can't see. I haven't got my chat open, so if there's anyone in.
Getting all settled in myself here. And, whoops, it's a little super bright in my face. Trying to get my light to be not really as bright where it's like blinding me. But all the same, let's just get it going on. We're also going to be joined today by JK as well. And we're also going to obviously be including your contributions for the ratings and also for the Survivor Series, of course. That's a big portion of the show here as well. For those that don't remember, the Survivor Series is a unique series that we made up, which is basically the team of the week. And then every upcoming week, we will do something like Survivor, like the show Survivor in essence, where you take down someone's conch and you move on from it. So we'll have to end up seeing happen. But how was your interpretation of the game yesterday? Did you enjoy it? We did a watch along on the show. Pretty good numbers too, by the way, for the watch along. Appreciate those that joined us yesterday.
Afterwards, yeah. Oh, Lee was good. We were all thinking of you the last few days, man. I hope you're well, and everyone, Bernie, that's in.
Oh, big up.
Yeah, good to see you, Lee.
Good to see you, Lee. Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy the game. No, I didn't think it was a great watch. I didn't think it was a very good game of football in those just basic terms. I mean, when it wouldn't be one where I'd be, I want to watch that one again kind of thing. I just thought it was very controlled performance. AC Milan weren't very good. They don't have a lot up top. Didn't cause us too many problems. Got two nice goals, two nice easy goals. Well, not easy, but very dominant headers. Got us right back in the game. Then went to get another one. But yeah, I'm really happy. Great result to get off. But actually, just in terms of a game of football, I've seen better. Yeah, I've seen better, but it doesn't really matter at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's
that's great, Lee.
Is it one of those like, oh, we're back, or is it one of those let's just wait and see if we're truly regained our footing?
Yeah.
Because there were some players yesterday that were kind of not for us, but for AC Milan that really made me say I thought AC Milan was a better team, to be honest with you, than what they showed yesterday. But
yeah, look, we spoke about a few of their attacking talents.
Mm-hmm.
But when they hit us early and we saw what they could do. But the likes of Leo, you can tell on another day he can do things. Morata, we saw it. We talked about him as a pro and trying to win every foul and get every advantage for his team that he could, but couldn't put the ball in the back.
Are you about that? Like, I don't know about that life right now. Leo was not that impressive yesterday.
Oh yeah, you see what he. You can see what that one run that he went on. I was saying you can see why in certain games he can be a great player, but
be dangerous, certainly.
Yeah, I don't think he's one of those guys that you can kind of rely on him to do it for 28 games a season, 30 games a season. Again, you just get unlucky against a guy like him. He can stick one in from 25 yards after one of those big, long, crazy runs he goes on. But I wasn't blown away by any of their players.
Yeah.
No way. None of them. They all just looked fairly average and way off the standards that you're used to at that club. I know they've been on the wane for a long time, but even still.
Yeah, that was my whole point. Is that I just thought that they were just. I was expecting a more valiant fight from them, and I mean, I'm not. I was expecting it. I'm not. I don't care less if they brought it or not. If they wanted to be good or bad, I care less. But no, it was definitely. I was definitely interested to see Liao how he plays because I mean, there's a lot of talk about him, especially when he was going to be going up against Trent yesterday, who's often maligned as being not being able to play defense. Theo Hernandez is a good player. Um, he's not as consistent as I would like to see personally too. Uh, it was good to see Pulisic. I know U.S. men's national team, so I was happy to see him play well. He kind of like had a brief moment of brilliance at the very beginning, and then like kind of faded. To tell you the truth, like I didn't really see or hear much of him after his goal. And then
No.
Morata was a different. He was on some different settings. He was. I think thespian of the night definitely goes to Morata.
I don't know what you call. I'm sure you have. Sorry, something in American football. There's probably some kind of position like that where, like, there's a guy whose job it is just to carry the ball 10 yards and just keep getting you further and further up the pitch,
Mhm.
like by whatever, like
Yeah, the
dragging you.
workhorse, or
Yeah, rather than like throwing a ball or catching the ball and running, I just some guy that would just run 10 yards, get you first down, run another 10. He just seemed to be trying to gain ground for his team, but without having like, without definitely not being that the danger man kind of vibe around him. Just real,
Mhm.
like you said, thespian award. The Grammys the other night, the Emmys, whatever.
Mhm.
He's
Mhm.
you could see what he was trying to do, and you could see he's like looking at the quality around him. You know, thinking this is not where it needs to be at.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that was his way of trying to impact the game, which shows you how far off it they are. And that's it now. We don't have to play them again. That's them done,
That's
which is
done. That's
crazy
done
because
and dusted.
you
Oh yeah,
always
it
have
hasn't
it in
gone
your
yet.
back of your head that you play them again. You
Yeah.
kind of still always have, oh, sure, we'll be playing them we'll beat them at Anfield. It's like, oh, no, we won't. We're not. That's them. They're done.
Right.
So,
Right. That's what I was kind of saying, that I do kind of I'm interested to see how it all pans out with this league format that we now just play a team once and that's it. So it's just a matter of, hey, if you got them on your home court, then you be sure to win. If you got them away, then then might be tough sledding, but still try to get that W. And I think that again we spoke about it in the watch along, but I really honestly think that uh, our draw was pretty favorable in that
yeah,
a lot of the teams that we're going to face, not saying they're bad teams or good teams or whatever, but saying more so we got some of the teams that, oh, we're going to have to face a tough team. Oh, but it's at home. It kind of like balanced itself out to be like, really, really decent. And then because I thought AC Milan was one of the tougher teams that we had to face on the road, to be honest with you.
that's what I was just going to say. That people had that down as like the people who were calling it a tough draw, and I thought it was a pretty easy draw, to be honest.
Mhm.
They had that down as, oh, AC Milan away.
Mhm.
It's like, well, if that's, I mean, forget about the Madrid game. I mean, there's 7 other games, 21 points.
Right.
I mean, if that was one of the better ones or one of the harder games we're going to have to play in this, yeah, I don't think there's. I mean, I think that shows you where we are in this. Like that's not AC Milan of 10, whatever vintage you want to pick.
Right.
So people say AC Milan away and Real Madrid at home. It's like, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll take that. If that's your two toughest games and there's six more, cool. Bring it on.
Right. Right. Um, Again, we do we do this series here and Survivor Series here, and I guess we can. You want to do that first, and then we'll get into the game, or do you want to do the game ratings first and then
Sure.
get into Survivor Series?
Yeah, we'll finish up with Champions League stuff. We can do the
Yeah,
Survivor Series now.
we can
Yeah,
knock
so
out
just
Survivor Series real
anybody
quick.
who didn't watch Survivor, haven't seen Survivor, so just to remind people, we have picked our team of the season so far after the 3 games, and those are the guys that have the spots. One of them will have to leave tonight, or maybe not have to, but only one can leave, and you have to replace him with someone you think is good enough to take over his place in the current team this season. So just get your ideas in the chat when you see the current 11. Just remember, only one can go.
So I'm going to bring up what we had as our team of this the season so far. What was left of it, I guess you could say, or who made the cut. And here it is. This was the team of the season that we had left at the end of the night. We went with Holland, Diaz, KDB, Salah, Grava, Kovacic, Robinson, Guardiola, Kanate, Alexander, Arnold, and Raya as the goalkeeper. That's the team that's made it to this week. Okay. Now we do have this being a this is one of the again, this is one of the resources I'd like to go to with Squawka, and this is their team of the week. I'll share this. This is what they came up with, their team of the week. They came up with Sanchez, Davis, O'Shea, Delict, Tuanzembe, Lemina, Smith Rowe, Fernandez, Rashford, Mavidia, and Mateta. Oh, we have JK in the house too. Big up.
Easy, bro. Bless, bro.
Big up.
Brian. Hope you're cool,
Hi,
guys.
JK. How are
Good
you,
win
man? Yeah,
yesterday.
very good.
Big win. Yeah. Good win. Good, big and good. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going over Survivor Series here, and I'm just showing week 4's players of the week. Is there anyone on this list? And tell us in the chat, please, because we need your help with this. Is there anyone on this list that you would have swapped out as being team of the week kind of considerations? Is there anyone on this team? This is from this is week 4 of the prep.
Lee is just leaving. Thanks, Lee. Thanks for dropping in. It was good to hear
definitely.
News, man. Yeah.
Lee,
So
yeah.
Continue
success on the progress that you're going through.
Take care, man.
Definitely take care, Lee. Is there anyone in the please though in the chat and on the panel too? We'll go Brian and we'll go JK. Is there anyone on this week 4 a team of the week that you're like, I would have had this player instead of that player involved in this lineup? They again went for 4-2-3-1. This is starting to become the more preferred run or formation that they're using with some of these, because initially week 1 was 4-3-3, but now it's become a 4-2-3-1 as week 2, 3, and 4 come across.
Yeah, nobody really stood out to me this weekend. I didn't think this weekend past that anybody was a real star player. Obviously, I didn't see everything, but I didn't think it was a vintage weekend performances. I think, I mean, I didn't obviously watch Man United, but I like Mateta, Mavididi. Yeah, Mavididi, good player, exciting player, probably getting a few teams of the week, but wouldn't be a team of the season guy. And the other lads there, that's just one-off type of stuff. There's no one there that really excites me, that stands out to me. They just, that just shows you, like, you're talking Leicester, Palace, Wolves, Man United.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Well, what I was surprised to see is that they did go with a 4-2-3-1, but Holland had another hat trick, I think, or had a great game this past weekend.
2 games, 2 goals, yeah.
Yeah, 2 goals, excuse me, right?
Yeah.
And then Watkins had a very good game too, as well, for Villa. I'm surprised those 2 names were off of this list.
Could have gone with a 4-4-2, yeah, and or a 4-3-3 and gotten a Haaland in with a Mateta and Watkins, yeah. They're probably sick of just giving it to Haaland, so they're looking for options.
Yeah.
Fernandez good.
Yeah, Fernandez. I got you, Cedric. I'm thumbs down on Bruno there too. Smith Rowe is offensive midfielder. I think it wasn't necessarily. Yeah, I guess even though they're putting him in this 4-2-3-1, they're not necessarily saying that this is like they played in a pivot, or they just went with the formation and probably just pick 3 midfielders, it looks like, as opposed to really trying to like hunker it down to their position. I'm just asking Hyler's question.
They don't put too many stipulate. Yeah, if you're a midfielder, they'll stick you in. They don't worry too much about.
I didn't see that. What was do you remember what the Everton game was like?
Oh, they got
lose?
beat
They
late.
lost, right?
Yeah, they got beat late. Yeah.
I saw
Newcastle.
Dwight McNeil got a shot on one of these on a service as being possibly man of the week nominee. That's what I was wondering.
I think it was Newcastle, wasn't it? That beat them. It was either Newcastle or Villa.
Villa.
Oh yeah, that was the John Durango.
3-2. Yeah. Villa 3-2.
Yeah, they came back at the very end. That's right.
Yeah, that's a goal of the season contender already. I mean,
yeah,
probably the best goal he's ever going to score. One of the best goals I've seen in a long time live.
Mm-hmm.
Did Leicester win this weekend? Or not weekend?
Yeah, drew 2-2 against Palace.
Okay. Because I know Nadidia had Wilfred had 2 assists in that game. So he had a good game too. But they drew, I got you. So, all right, so then if we were to bring in if we were to put this to half for our understandings, can we drop Rashford? We'll go for a different formation than what Walker did. We can make our own determination of what we want to put as our team of the week, and then rate them against the Survivor team. I would have. I don't know if I would have had Rashford. I would probably. I'm gonna take out Rashford and Fernandez, and I'll put in Watkins. I'll move maybe or something like that to midfield or something. But we should have Haaland and Watkins as being considerations, I think, for the team for Survivor Series. I just personally think.
Well, Haaland is already in, so he's cool.
Well, yes, but I mean, like in our consideration of nominees to try to get into it. I don't know if I would keep Rashford in there or not, but. This is the team that this is the team that they're going up against or trying to get into. Is there anyone that we want to drop out of the team of the season right here for those players? That's what I was just saying, like as in they would be the nominees. Yeah. Is there anyone on that list that you're saying, yeah, they need to replace them?
Nope.
Brian? No? Nope. Think the team makes it another week?
You picked that team, a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? That's mad.
I just realized that there's 5 Liverpool players in there.
Yeah, I know. I tried my best. That was us 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Or a week ago. So that's the current team. That's the current team this season. So
that was right before international break. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. International break. That's why it's a long time ago. It basically anyone. I mean, is there anyone who was that good this week that takes out one of those guys to go into the team of the season so far? And not out of that 11, not from that Squawka 11. I think maybe potentially Gabriel for Kanate.
I can see
maybe
that.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Or someone for Kovacic, maybe.
Or because you can't consider. I know Kanate scored yesterday, but that was for Champions League. So it wasn't for Prem.
No.
So maybe Vardiol.
Mm-hmm.
One of the center backs could be replaced possibly by Gabriel.
Yeah, Guardiola.
Vardiol. What's the chat's opinion on that one? That's what we probably ask.
Yeah, because like we're only using the Squawka. There's loads of teams of the week, so if like you don't in the chat, like you don't have to just pick from the Squawka. If there's a player that you think could knock out someone, then that's fair enough as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't just have to be from the Squawka one, because Gabriel wasn't in the Squawka one.
Yeah, definitely. He wasn't.
Okay, how about this, right? How about we go through our team this season and we just say quickly, yes or like say yes or no, are they up for debate? So is Ray up for debate? I don't think so.
No.
And that's a no. Is Trent up for debate?
No. I don't think there's been any right back that's played better than Trent so far.
Ibu after last weekend definitely is debatable.
Yeah.
Guardiola, they haven't lost yet. It'd be a stretch. Anthony Robinson, they had another good game. Is he up for debate? I think Kovacic. But who is the standout? Does anyone like looking at that thinking there's no way Kovacic should be there? It should be X, Y, or Z guy. Is there anyone out there that's thinking it should be I don't know, Declan Rice or something? Is he, whatever it might be, whoever you're picking, but because that's when we.
Yeah.
Sorry, when we said it the first week, we did say Kovacic is probably the first one to go. I think.
Yeah, I was going to think about that too. Yeah, it would either be Konate, Kovacic, or maybe Guardiola in that order, maybe.
Yeah, but who would we bring? Because we can only change one.
Right. No, I know. I was just saying out of those three, that would be probably the top three candidates. You know how like when you have it, when they have the thing, there's like names that are that you have to vote on. Who gets your vote? Basically. Watkins, yeah, maybe Watkins for Kovacic. That's a shout. And then just go with two up front.
Make it a 4-4-2.
Yeah,
right. You could do that. I mean, I never really considered doing it that way. In terms of taking out someone for a striker, but okay, yeah,
that's a shout. I think Watkins does deserve to be in here. Watkins had some pretty good games lately. Okay, so Watkins for Kovacic.
Oh, are we doing that? JK, what do you think? Would you do that?
Yeah.
Do you have Watkins in the team this season so far? Because it's team of the season.
Yeah. How many goals has he got? Watkins
has he had 2 goals yesterday.
Yeah.
When in the league though.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to look that up. 1 second. So he's got played 4 games. He's got 2 goals.
Okay.
That was his best game yesterday, I guess.
In the Champions League, yeah?
No, Everton. Against Everton. Watkins. I'm talking about Watkins. Best game.
Yeah. Villa played in the Champions League yesterday.
I think I'd bring in Gabriel before I bring in Watkins.
Gabriel for who?
Not sure, but I'd bring him in before I'd bring in Watkins, I think. But that's just me.
Tell me who, and then I'll put it out.
I don't really know. Well, it'll be one or the other. Yeah, it'll be one of the two.
Konate or I'll put it. To be fair, I'll put him for Konate because since Guardiola is still running with an undefeated streak.
It's more that I think Gabriel deserves to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because he's, I mean, okay, it's just a go, it's a goal, but he kind of just for deciding that big game, maybe. I don't know.
Well, then this is what it gets down to, people. What we're going to do is, and we're going to get the panel's vote, and your vote is included in this, so please do help us out. Watkins for the 2 options are Watkins for Kovacic or Gabriel for Konate. Those are the 2 options. Who's getting voted off? Is it going to be Kovacic or Konate? And the options will be Watkins for Kovacic or Gabriel for Konate.
Yeah, and just kind of remember as well, if we do take out the midfielder and put in a striker, then if you want to bring in a midfielder, again, you might have to take out a striker.
You might have to take out. Yeah, you have to. You got to replace it. Yeah, that means that if a midfielder has a great, run, and you want to put in, I don't know, Bernardo Silva or something like that. Okay, well that means you have to take out. We have to change up the format and formation, the same way that Walker's been doing from week to week. So just so you know.
I don't mind it, but if with the amount of strikers that are out there, I'd rather have 5 midfield positions to have a better team of the season. But
okay,
I'm not sure Watkins.
Yeah, we're just trying to accommodate, just try to get through. Yeah.
No, I'm just putting the options out there. I'm just saying, I'm thinking out loud. I'm just saying that's how I'd be looking at this in my head. If I was, I'd be looking at going, I can see there being 5 midfielders that I'd rather have than 2 strikers, if you know what I'm getting at. Just because I don't think
there's that many Holland's been pretty much locked in, and
so I'd be keeping Haaland up there.
Game was good. Watkins' game was excellent actually against Everton, but he's had 3 stinkers somewhat.
See, it's true. It's same as season. I have to look over the whole season. So I don't think Watkins has been that amazing. If you're talking team of the week, definitely.
It was amazing last week.
Yeah, if you're talking team of the week, yeah. But does he get into this? I know, Jake. That's just my.
Let's get a vote here. Just tell us either it's Watkins or Gabriel. Who's it going to be that's going to be joining the team of the season? If you could put Watkins in the chat or Gabriel in the chat, then we'll tally a vote and then we'll make the decision that way. JK,
I'll go Gabriel. Anyway.
I'll go Gabriel as well. And me as well.
That's 2 quick ones for Gabriel.
Yeah.
And let's see if we get
the winner in the derby. You know what I mean? North London derby, so clean sheet as well. So, yeah.
I was trying to hopefully get the chat involved. So far, the only thing I've seen is Watkins, Gabriel. Then Bonker's been swayed, I guess. All right, so we're gonna take out Gabriel. I like how Bernie spelled it too.
Well, dreams.
I was spelled that way too, until I saw him at least. Gabriel for Konate then, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna get the yes. All right. Excuse me. So also, let's move into the game then. Let's move into the game where don't let this picture influence you at all, but this was the PS5 player of the match yesterday. I personally had a different player of the match, to be honest with you. I said it online. Excuse me. I did say it online, but when we were live. But all good. Good game yesterday. Very good game. I was happy to see us. Good game we kind of got a reality check at the very beginning of it, and then we basically, took a standing 8, and then went back out there and threw our own little knockout punch, or at least threw a couple of decisive punch to get the decision. Was there any part of the game that made you say, "Oh, that was the best moment of the game"? I guess, was there any part of the game that you're like, "Wow, that really stuck out in my memory as to the gameplay that I saw. Wow, this play was phenomenal," or "This play was, exceptional." Was there anything like that for you, JK?
I would just say after the first initial them scoring early, it was all us. So I would just say that we handled the game pretty well as a whole. I want even like when we got the first goal, Kanate. I think around that sort of phase, we were doing pretty well. I think we needed to do that instead of sort of letting a 1-0 go into 2-0 for them, you know. So I think we handled that sort of pretty well. So that was for me probably the best phase. But for me, Gravenberch, I think that was yesterday his best game for us. He was looking more strong in his runs and stuff. Really tough, you know, like playing really like a tough sort of player. So I was really happy for him and Gapco, 2 guys who were getting dissed not so long ago by some Liverpool fans, Gapco and Gravenberch, you know, and I think them 2 guys won the game for us yesterday.
Yeah, agreed. Was there any moment for you, Brian? Was there any moment that you're just like, wow, that was like a good run, or wow, that was exceptional play that led to this or led to that?
Well, the only real moment of quality that stood out to me, which didn't really come to anything, but was a McAllister pass towards the end, which was, I think, probably the best pass in the game. And it was a final third ball that we looked so really, I can imagine the amount of work that, I mean, I know it's a quick turnaround, but the amount of emphasis that must have been put on, you know, our passing in the final third and our passing, you know, all around against Forest, you know, ability to create chances. So I was looking for an improvement in that. I was looking to see, like I say, just that better penetration or less of those kind of what the hell are you doing kind of type passes. One of those things that just you have to look again to even try and figure out what the hell they were trying to do, or wasteful, lazy kind of things. There was, like I said, I didn't think it was a brilliant game of football, you know, just in terms of quality overall. It was just a decent game. We controlled it. We don't play with a huge amount of flair at the moment just yet. It's a lot of control. That's the main word that keeps coming to my mind. It's just control all the time. There's very little where you see a game kind of. I've seen a couple of people mention it, saying, "Oh, this game is getting away from us. This game is getting away from us." And then it'll pop up on the screen like we've had 70% of possession in the last 5 minutes, and they've had 0 touches in their half. It's like, where are people getting some of this stuff? You know, even when teams get at us, it's very kind of in one-off moments. I just think we really tend to suffocate people with possession at the moment. And we're working our way through probably phases of play and how to really open people up and how to make those moments or those periods of control and domination and possession really pay off for us. We haven't quite got that clicking yet, you know, and when it does happen, because just look at the names: Diaz, Bosley, Salah, Gakpo, McAllister, those people up front for us the last couple of games, they have nothing but quality. So I just think it's a matter of time before we see us probably totally dismantling somebody when 4 or 5 of these really come off. But to me, yesterday was just the overall feeling of really there'd been almost like Forest didn't happen. You know, it was just, there was no panic, there was no stress to it. It was just us resetting what we'd done. We had a blip. Hate that word, but it's easy to use it. We had a blip against Forest, and this was more. But I to me, yeah, no real huge standout moments. No.
So I guess Brian didn't have a standout moment. JK really didn't have much of a. Yeah, I think I'm safe to say JK didn't say also a standout moment. I'll give my answer then. I'll give my answer, which was why I asked the question was because yesterday too, during the watch along, when we got our first corner and I was calling out for Conte to get underneath it, or VVD to get underneath it, and he did. And then the very next time we got an opportunity for a set piece. You know, VVD ended up scoring off of the header. We've been begging for this kind of like dominance. We've been talking about this kind of dominance from our center backs, aerially at least. And we finally got some production out of that from our set pieces, which we could have very well used in that Forest game. I personally think that if we're not going to get teams are going to break down into low blocks. We didn't see a low block yesterday, but if teams are going to be in low block formations, then what we're going to have to do is take advantage of our set pieces as being a real avenue towards scoring, because not often are we going to be able to really break down these low block teams and have a flowing offense and the likes against these kinds of teams. And that's what we got a taste of yesterday. Ibu, we were talking about how Ibu, I remember Brian was speaking on it too. I think there was another game since the City game, but there was like how Ibu, ever since that City game, we have not really seen him just go waltzing through the box and just claiming a head ball, for a goal. VVD does get a lot of attempt, or not a lot, but he gets his share of attempts on goal. Yesterday, after Ibu showed the way, VVD said, I can do that too, and put a very phenomenal header in as well. And the second portion of it, I'll since they didn't give theirs, I'll give an extra one then. The second part of what I did like to see was the fact that
I kind of gave you one. I said
McAllister's.
I kind of.
Yeah. I'll take JK's. I'll take JK's. No answer or something. I'll take his. The second one that I liked so much yesterday was the fact, late in the game, I think it was like it was after the 60th minute, so it was like 68th minute. It was like almost on the 70th minute. When we scored our goal, it was a good interception from Gravenberch on the left side, which was like very good. Something that was like probably his, if you look statistically, that was probably his shining light out of the game was the interceptions. And again, I know Brian and I were talking about this yesterday about he's saying how Gravenberch isn't necessarily good at defense. I personally think that I understand at ground duels, just rated on the ground duels.
No, don't misquote me. I didn't say he's not good at defense. I didn't say that. I said he's not an out-and-out defensive midfielder.
Okay. We can rewind the tape.
Rewind the tape.
We can rewind the tape.
Okay.
He's not.
All right.
He's not a. All I said.
That's
was
what I heard. I know. That's what I heard.
Not a destroyer. He's not a destroyer. Well, that's the issue, though. I said he's not an out-and-out destroyer, and you hear he's a bad defender. I can't help you with that, dude. I can't help you with that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all
Chris, it's up to you. Chris,
I know.
I think defensively,
you want to be positive or negative. Be negative or positive, Chris. It's up to you, man. Come in, man.
Yeah, but for me, defensively, Gravenberch defensively yesterday was on another level. He was cutting out everything.
That's the thing. That's what I like about that. Yeah, JK.
That's why I think
he wasn't defensively on his ground duels. If you looked at his numbers, because Brian, this is why I heard what I heard. Brian made a point of mentioning that, yes, if you listen to those numbers, I agree too, that you would not think that he had a good defensive game when you listen to his ground duels, the number of ground duels he was involved in and the ones that he won. There weren't I don't have the number on top of my head, but I can look it up. But
0 for 3. He was 0 for 3 in aerial duels. He was something like 1 for 6 in ground duels, and he had 7 interceptions, I think, from memory.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
that's
it's not.
His interceptions.
Yeah, let me. I can pull it up here just so we don't.
That's timing.
I don't want to misquote. I don't want to misquote either. That's why.
Yeah, it's timing, Brian.
Because I do remember that it was 3 for 9 for ground duels, 0 for 1 for aerial duels. But the key part is you were right. He had 7 interceptions.
Yeah,
that's a lot of interceptions.
But everybody gave him man of the match. So if you look at stats, which we did after the game, I was like, oh, they don't actually sound that good. I wasn't saying, oh, they're bad. I was saying, well, when you actually look at the numbers, it doesn't look on paper, which is why football ain't played on paper. You got to look and you got to see. And people, everybody across the board was giving him praise. Gravenberch, genius. Gravenberch, man of the match.
They're giving him 10s. They're giving him Alcantara's on Kopish. I was like, whoa, easy. I mean, like,
so you know why?
You know how I can get kind of crazy with my ratings too, but I was like, Alcantara. I'm like, come on. Yeah, good game.
But for me, there's interceptions came at a time where they had the possession. And so what happens, like, when you get a ball and you intercept it, it's sort of big time. Like, you got the ball back. And that's what sort of 7 of them sort of highlighted his game. Like, defensively, stat-wise, he weren't great. But on the eye, as fans, when we were watching the game, just him intercepting them balls gave us like happiness because of we got the ball back,
No, you're right. You're absolutely
You
right.
can
No,
win
I
it
think
without
that's
tackling.
why.
If you can see the pass before it's about to happen, you can intercept the ball. You don't have to tackle. You don't have to make a jump.
Yeah.
Right,
You
right.
have the
That means a
ability to
good
read the
defensive
pass.
positioning.
You nip in.
Yeah,
You just got
I
game
think that-
intelligence. You just
yeah.
see the
He
pass,
has
nip,
actually.
get in front, and take the ball. I mean, that's can't really teach that. I mean, you can encourage it, but you
True.
can't really teach someone game intelligence.
hmm
And he's got it in spades. It's just so. It's just like he will
Well,
defend in a different way. He won't be going to ground. He won't be, you know, he won't be kind of shackling people and taking all that. He'll defend in a very different way. And I think
no,
it's
yeah,
it's not about how he defends. It's how we defend. Like all of those clean sheets up on the
absolutely.
Forest, and that was a
Team,
kind of a
yeah.
breakaway goal. Where's the Trent problems? Where's the Trent defensive problems? They've gone away. Where's the first 1-0 down FC? That's gone away. So clearly,
Well,
as a team,
not yesterday.
we're defending much better. No, I said in the league for 3
Yeah, in
games
the
I
league,
know,
yeah.
I know, I
up,
know, I
up
know.
until the Forest, and then the soccer, and then the one punch thing against Forest. You know, that's one goal in 4 games, and apparently Trent can't defend. You
No,
know,
you're right about
it's
that. No, you're right about that.
there's
I agree. I
a
agree.
clear. Yeah, I think we're defending by being in control of the ball. Like,
Well,
look at how
that's what.
Nottingham Forest defended us, physical.
Well,
Attacking, real physical defending. We don't
let,
do that.
let me just to finish the thought for my second point was this is that I enjoyed Gravenberch's interceptions for one of his highlights of his play yesterday. By getting interceptions, again, as the guys just pointed out, we're able to catch teams that might be on the wrong foot. Like as in when you intercept the ball, you're thinking you're going forward, and then all of a sudden someone intercepts it. Now now you got to turn around and hoof it back, and it's not sometimes so easy. But Gravenberch made the interception. He got a quick pass to Dom. Dom quickly played to who I thought was the man of the match yesterday, Cody, on the wing. Cody has some exceptional progressive dribbles forward yesterday. Has some good passing. Was locked in defensively as well. Was doing all the things that we normally expect or get from Lucho on the left wing. He understands where the bar is and was doing very similar actions as a Lucho in that he was being aggressive, he was being active, and he didn't do what he's done not recently, but I say recently in a couple of these games as a far being he was only a sub, but still being a passenger, like being a bystander in the game. He was actively a part of a lot of the build-up play and the likes. His progression on that wing, that on the third goal where he got a great pass in to Dom. There was Mo Salah sitting on the back post. You had Dom, who was just fortunate enough to be in the right position to just tap it in with the foot. That was, to me, a good observation of what this team can, and when they're deadly, one of the ways they can be deadly. Getting quick interceptions, counters, quickly being able to utilize our pace going forward and try to get some real opportunities. That's what we saw yesterday. So those two things were the things that made me go, wow, I'm happy about those two. Those are two highlights of the game yesterday. That was
I'll just say that mirrors what I said 2 games ago, I think, was what I said. One of the things I liked when you asked me this question, the moment of the game type thing, I was saying, like, it was like that. There was a moment like that where I think Gravenberch got the ball, he turned and he did this, and then we did that. And I was saying, I really enjoyed that because that shows you exactly what we're trying to do. Like that was a really good example of how we're trying to play. And that was the same with that last night. Simple. You take the ball, you turn, you pass it on. And like you're saying, that shows you, like I said, I expect us to open the team up soon. It will be true play like that. And I like that as well because you can look and go, okay, that's what we're trying to do. As fans, you can say, okay, that's the plan here, is to get a team, turn and get it, and then it gets quick. So you can see it's all very controlled and passing wise, but I don't think we're afraid to go kind of 1, 2, 3 and then be in. So yeah, that was a good example as well of how this Liverpool team will look when it's playing attacking football. You know, and those are, yeah, like those are good moments because you can see sort of what the coach's vision is, which is, you know, sometimes there's nothing worse than watching a team and you don't know what it is they're trying to do, or it just looks like they have no idea. It's really good to see that we have a clear idea of what we want to do. I think Slot has brought that in as well, definitely. And Gakpo, man, yeah, I would have had him up there with you because for the assist, I mean, Gravenberch had a great game, but I would, for me as well, I thought Gakpo was just as good.
Yeah, I would have had him up there. I would have had obviously Gravenberch up there as well. And is there a third possible nominee out of that group? Oh well, I would have I just thought both center backs finally stepping up and getting some. They were very dominant when it came to the air. And that's what I like to see. Both defensively and offensively, they were dominant when it came to aerial duels. So that's what I like to see when it comes to our team. Let's get into these ratings real quick and knock out these ratings for the team then. What would you have had for Ali yesterday? We go JK, then we go to Irishman. JK, what'd you have for Ali?
For me, I'll give the lad 7. But you want to say something about if you guys seen his press conference today before the game yesterday, where he looked like he was just got out of bed, you know. I think he was just thinking about the amount of games, and for some reason that topic came up, and he said what all those guys have been saying, that they're playing too many games, you know, Nations League, like friendlies in South America and stuff like this. So it was good to see that our goalkeeper, like Klopp, he got 5 subs. Now Alisson's talking about the amount of games being played. It seems like our club are the only ones who speak about it. So, but for me, Alisson yesterday, he did like a few good saves and stuff, but didn't really have much to do when you really look at it.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Not much at all. Yeah. What about for you? What was Ali for you, Brian?
Yeah, I think 60. I think he only faced one shot. Okay. No, he had the other save. Yeah, still a 60. I don't think he stood out.
Okay. Let's see. Getting 60 from Bonkers. Chris gave him a 7. Wow. Chris is being
Chris
nice.
only playing, man. Chris wants to give him a 3. You know he wants to give him a 3. He's just trying to fit in with all the nice.
Yeah, no, I know. This is yeah. Originally I had him at a 67, so I'll bring it down to 60. All right. How about for VVD? How about for VVD? We'll go for our 2 center backs pairings first. VVD. Brian, what was your score for VVD? And if you need statistics, it's fine. I'll give you stats.
No, yeah, they weren't tested at all really much. And he popped up. I mean, I'd love to play that Milan defense every weekend if that's how they defend set pieces. I mean, we'd be racking them up. Yeah. They just totally dominated them. Yeah, what am I going to give him for a goal? I'm giving him a 60, and then I'm going to give him a 10 for the goal, so I'll give him a 70.
Okay, that's okay. How about for you, JJ?
Same as 60 for his parents, 10 for the goal. And I think he was sort of smooth the whole game, you know, him and Kanate as a pair. They didn't look really flustered by the first goal where Van Dijk, I don't know where he was. McAllister was covering him, you know. So for me, yeah, that happens in a game. But for me, Van Dijk, after that, he was just running the game, you know, smooth, him and Kanate.
Yeah.
So I'll give him a 70.
Yeah. Big up Marion. I had him at 80, but I will bring him.
Hi, Marianne. Hi, Jimmy.
Yeah, I had him at like a 70 originally, and then I gave him like just like you guys did. I gave him a little bump, a 10-point bump because of the goal, but 70's cool. How about for? Oops, make sure. How about for his center back partners, Ibu?
Yep, same as.
JK, you go first this time.
Yeah, same as 60, and then the 10 for the goal. But I think he played pretty well, Kanati. In general, he looks a bit more relaxed when he plays nowadays. Have you noticed? He isn't really flustered
He is.
when he plays. He's really chilled, disciplined, and that's good to see. Yeah, I think the Kwanzaa competition might have gave him a bit of a kick up the backside. He's come back a better, stronger player, and I don't want to go over the top with it and that, but I just hope he carries on like this.
You might have to bump Virgil up to 80, like I originally had, because Bonkers and Bernie are getting them high scores. And Kanati's getting high scores too. I'll go up to 80. Why not? Go back to my original. I had how about for you, Brian? For Kanate, I'll show you what I had after you give your rating. For Ibu.
Yeah. I'm with JK. I think it's the one thing it's just the one thing that interests me, and I'm going to keep talking about it. And I want to know how he's made this team so much more solid defensively with no new players, because we're completely night and day as far as I'm concerned defensively. So I would love to know how that's being done. And what changes are being made, because we've taken out a destroyer DM and we brought in a ball playing DM, and we've still got the same defenders, yet we're looking 100 times more solid. And I think Ibu having less work to do covering Trent maybe might come down to it, something to do with that. But then he doesn't have an out and out, ball winner in front of him. So it's really impressive. And I think, coaching, but like JK said, the Kwanzaa thing, I don't want to laugh, but you do kind of have to laugh when someone gives it the big one. And I mean, if Kanade didn't say condolences to Kwanzaa after he took his place back in the team, then you're not playing the game right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Kwanzaa now, he's learned, like, yeah, you're not the only one that can, you're not the only one that's going to take someone's place. You can lose yours too. Right. So, and I think that message was sent to Ibu, that you had lost your place. So do you want to go and win it back or not? And we all know how good they looked. Ibu and VBD. We know how good they looked at the start of last season. So I'll score them with. I can't separate the two. So whatever gave VBD, which is 70, I think I'll give Ibu the same. I think they were both as good as each other.
Okay, so you guys gave them 70s, but the chat and myself are definitely giving them high, like 80s, if not high 80s or mid 80s. 85 from Jimmy, 82 was from VBD, 83 was from Bernie for Kanate. She gave 85 to Virgil, 89. Bonkers give the same to both Virgil and Ibu. So I'll stick with an 80 as being the score. Let's move on to Trent Alexander-Arnold, the man who had a little bit of a bone yesterday to pick with the referee. Was not exactly that happy with him. Wasn't happy with Oliver either. What do you want to say about that? What is his rating for you, Brian?
It's JK next. I went last.
Is it JK's turn? I thought JK went last time. Okay, JK.
No, I was talking about 5 minutes. I'll let go. Is he there? You on mute?
No, JK is not on mute, but you there, JK?
You there, man?
I just dropped out.
No, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, someone, I think it was Hedor, put up there. He said he played 11 passes into the final third or something, more than McAllister. It's a sort of thing, tip it on what he's doing, but not his most outstanding game. But again, just did Trent things. Put in a great ball a couple of times. It's what he does.
3 out of 6. 3 out of 6 ground duels.
Yeah, it's just a good Trent performance, really. I'll stick him in there. Same like him and Van Dijk, he could do that all day. Or was it? Yeah, him just curling balls in and just going head that in. Could do that all day. It was great to see. So
Got an assist yesterday too. Great assist to
that's what I'm
Ibu.
saying. Yeah, the assist. Yeah, or to Ibu, not for Ibu. Yeah, it was Ibu. It was Ibu for Trent and then Simicast to BBD. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, so he gets a bit extra for that, but I'm not going to put him above the 2 goal scorers. So 69.
Okay.
Genuinely, not for just to tuck him in just behind the lads because they score goals and he didn't, so they have to get a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, I say bonkers. He did get beat twice. Yes, he did. JK, you there?
Yep.
Trent.
For me, I'll give him a 10 for that assist as well. You know, I know it's not a goal, but so I'm going to give him a 70 as well. All our defenders were involved in 2 goals yesterday. You know, Simicast with 1 assist and Trent with 1 assist. We've got the centre backs got the goal. So for me, by that 1 goal, we let them score. If we got a clean sheet, win 3-0, 2-0, it would have been for me, the probably defense would have probably got 9 out of 10. You know, 90. Just that 1 goal they conceded, but all in all, they all got involved. So it was good to see that.
The most prolific backline in Europe.
What's your score for him?
For Trent, I'm going to give him 70 as well, bro.
70. Okay. I had him at 75. Let's see what the rating was for him. The chat. Bonkers had Trent at a 70. Bernie had him at an 80. Jimmy at a 75. We can stay at 75. Let's stay at 75. About that. You gave him 70s. There was an 80. There's a couple 70s and 75s in there. I gave him 75 personally. Simicast. Simi high, simi low. Simi high. Something like that. Little ODB. What are we doing with Simicast? Brian, you want to go first this time? Or JK, actually? You want to go first this time?
Yeah, same as the Trent, bro. I'll give him 10 for that cross for Virgil. Played okay to Simicast, you know. Yeah, 70. That's perfect.
3 key passes, 47 out of 50 for his passing too, by the way. So, you know, his only 2 misses were from crosses or from long balls, which are 2 misses or 4 misses that he had. Pretty good. How about for you, Brian? Simi.
Yeah, something similar. Couple of wild shots that he probably needs to cut out. There's no need for that. Pass the ball if there's nothing on. That's the only thing he really did wrong, I thought. Other than that, solid.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bonker's saying wasteful with his shots, but he's a left back.
Goodness, yes.
You know,
oh
he's
my
not
goodness,
as bad.
yes.
He's at least Robbo hits the target more often than not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
you know
still
what's worse about it?
Simi.
You know what's really worse about Simi was
70.
that it seemed like his shots got worse and worse as the game went on. Like at least the one was bad, and then the next one was like, yeah.
It kind of reminds you when you were a kid and you used to just lash at everything. As soon as a ball bounced in front of you, you just tried to lash it in from everywhere. It was like, no, calm down. So yeah, I'll still stick him. I'll put him with Trent. I gave Trent 69. I'll give him 68 because Trent was a little bit better going forward, I thought. So yeah, 68.
Okay. I see. I had him at I had him 70. That's high. Simi got. I guess I gave him extra points for that cross or for his assist, but 65 from Bonkers, 70 from Jimmy, 73 from Bernie, 70 from Cedric. Let's go. 70, 71 sound fair? I think, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of 70s in there, 60s.
Yeah, I think 70s fair. Bang
on. McAllister. Macca. I thought Maka played well yesterday, and I actually statistically, if you're looking at just statistically, McAllister had a better game than Gravenberch actually, which is kind of crazy. But Maka got subbed right at the very end at the 89th minute. For Endo was 86% for his passing, had 3 key passes in the game, 3 out of 4 for his long balls, 1 big chance created, 2 out of 7 for his ground duels, but 1 for 1 for aerial duels. Committed 2 fouls, had 1 clearance, 2 tackles, and was dribbled past only twice. JK, what was your rating for Maka?
Maka played better today, yesterday than he did against Forest.
Yeah, it's not hard for a lot of people. Yeah, I know.
The guy's quality though. McAllister's sort of grown on me as a player. I feel he's very controlling in that midfield. You know, he rarely has a bad game as well. So that's why like that Forest game was a bit weird. But 70, I'll give him a 70 as well. He gets 70. Stuck in. He gets stuck in, McAllister. You know, when it's in tight sort of situations, he'll put his foot in there. You know, he's like very tenacious. So it's good to see with him.
Argentinian, man. Okay. That's what you get with these boys.
That's what you get.
You never get less. They bring steel. You know, the Brazilians have the flair.
Yeah.
But the Argentinians, they can have the flair, but they have that steel as well. They love a tackle. They love going.
Yeah, they love a tackle.
They love a tackle. So him in the midfield, tenacious is the right word for him.
Okay.
Absolutely the right word for him. I think he. Still, though, I don't think he shone yesterday. So for me, be 65.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had him at a 74. 65. Brian had him at. What was your score again, JK? That's what makes.
70.
75.
70. So 65, 70, 74. Okay, so yeah, Bonkers gave him a 70, 75 from Bernie, 75 from Cedric. I think maybe we'll stick it. This will stay at 74, I guess.
I dropped
275, 70. You're 70, and then or JK 70, and you're 65. 65 would have brought him. That brought him down from 75. How about for Gravenberch then? A lot of people's man of the match yesterday. The actual man of the match by PS5 man of the match. What was your rating on Grava?
Me, bro?
Yes, JK. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm going to give him an 85. I think them interceptions had a real impact on the game. We sort of stopped their flow a lot, and he was the main guy who did that. On the eye, he just looked great. You know, he looked very. I don't know, like he was all over the place. You know, he looked like that. I was like, that's what I noticed about his game yesterday. He was always in the right position, situation, sorted out. So I'll give him an 85.
Okay. 83 from Bernie. Brian, what was your score for Grava?
We talked about him enough. I'll give him an 80.
80. Okay.
Yeah.
So 85, 80. I gave him a 70 yesterday. But let's see. Marion gave him an 85. Grava got an 83 from Bernie. Bonkers gave him a 92. Cedric an 87. Bonkers a 92. Red Armchair Supporter 85. Jimmy 85. Wow. I feel ashamed to give him a 70.
I think 85. I think 85 sounds about right.
85, yeah.
A lot of 85s, all right.
Yeah.
And then you had a 7 and a 3, so that makes it basically that makes that a 5. So
yeah, maybe I was just thinking of the first half. You're right, Trap Joe. Maybe I was just thinking about the first half of my rating. All right, so we got Grava at an 85. Okay. How about for Dom? I thought Dom had a really good game yesterday. People were very on the fence as to whether Dom is really, clicking with this new role that he's playing and the likes. I thought Dom had a good game yesterday. Was defensively checked in and obviously got the goal, which is cool. He made his girlfriend happy, considering that he fulfilled his promise to her, I guess, or something. So,
well, I'm sure. Okay.
that was an actual article. That was an actual article I saw.
Wow.
Where it was like they talked about how he apparently said he was going to score in this game to her personally, and she made a mention of it on her Instagram.
Maybe she misheard that.
But all the same, Brian, what's your score for Dom?
60? 65. 65.
How about you, JK?
Yeah, for me, I don't think he was great. So I'm going to give him a 70, bro.
7
for the goal.
So
it was nice improvisation on the finish. There was lovely improvisation on the finish.
Yeah.
Because remember, people saying that Trent was saying, like, going over, kind of saying, did that go in off your knee? He was like, no, finish. And then when you see it, like, because it looked from that angle, like it just kind of bounced in off him. But he twisted his body. Lovely, a bit of improvisation, definitely.
I had for Dom originally a 77. I heard you're 65 and you're 70.
I got an
chat
80.
is going 75 from Bonkers, 75 from Jimmy, 80 from Bernie, 83 from Trap Joe, 80 from Red Armchair Supporter. Marion gave him a 75. Cedric gave him an 80. I think 77 is a safe call. I think that's a safe call. I'll stick with the 77. Less typing. How about for Cody? My player of the game, actually. Brian, what was your rating for Cody?
I think I rated Grambush too high. I'll give Cody 80.
Okay.
Yeah, give him an 80.
Okay.
We spoke on him already. I'm not going to.
Yeah, totally. JK?
Yeah, I'll give him a 85. Why? Because when he was coming off as sub, his attitude, like, come on, let's win this. And for me, that just showed. I like that in Gapco. I think I reckon on the ball yesterday, he did some top runs. He was in I remember that situation where Jota had the ball and Jota should have scored, but he could have just squared it to Gapco as well.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember that one. Diego went wide with it. He didn't even hit the target with that shot.
Yeah.
And then not only did he not hit the target, like both Cody and I think Mo was there too, but Cody was just like, why didn't you just square it? Like, I'm right here.
Exactly.
Like, he took some wild shot that ends up going not even remotely close. Yeah, I remember that. Good positioning for him, played very well. We spoke on him earlier. Cody got an 85 from Jimmy. He got a 82 from Trap Joe. 87 from Red Armchair Supporter. 80 from Bonkers. 85 from Marion. 84 from Bernie. 85 from Bonkers. I had him at an 85 as well, my personal score. 85 from Cedric. Let's just stick with 85.
A lot of 85s in there. That's probably fair.
Let's stick with 85.
I mean, even the others are like 84, 87. So 85 is.
I'm being a little Nostradamus here with these scores. Diego. Now, Diego's, you're probably not going to guess my score, but it wasn't good. But what was your score for Diego, JK? He's on mute, so Irishman. Yeah.
Hey, what to do? Don't want to be harsh, and I don't want to involved in any other games. But maybe a bit of a residual draining of the tank, maybe.
Yeah.
Looking a little bit ghosty. Let's just put it that way. Not as involved as he can be. Not as he just, you know what, he always reminds me of like a kind of a short stabbing type of motion, like a little stab kind of thing. He's that little player is always like darting in and out. You know, create like he's dropping, and then he darts into play. You know, he's lost that kind of sharpness, that that ability to just kind of pop up in the box and just take a shot. That's, I don't know. He's a very unique little player. And maybe when he's not on his best form, he can look a little bit lost in the middle. So I would say a 40. I'd give him a 40.
Wow.
I thought he was.
I wasn't going to go that low. Okay. Well, I think my score is more on lines with the chats, but JK is still on mute, so I'll wait. If he gets back in time, to give his prediction, or not prediction, his score. But
you know what I mean, though, a little kind of little short stabbing type thing. If you know what I mean by that,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I rated him a 60 yesterday. I didn't go as far as a 40, but 60 was my rating. Diego got a 70 from Jimmy.
60.
I don't know. I think Rob was rating Cody on that one with the 83.5. But this, he did. He was rating him. Okay, so Diego was 70 from Jimmy, 60 from Trap Joe, 60 from Bernie, 60 from Bonkers, at 59.5. Okay, no, Cedric said a 60 from Cedric, 50 from Rob, and a 62 from Armchair, Red Armchair Supporter, and then a 60 from Red for Life.
It's not high, whatever it is. I don't really know where you want to go.
I'm gonna stick with 60s. A bunch of 60s. Jimmy was the anomaly at 70. So, but a lot of 60s.
You got a 50 and a 40.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't
5,
think JK voted.
plus my score. There's 6 60s for grades, so I'll stick with 60.
JK, we know JK. No, I'd bring it down to 59. I'd bring it down to 59 just to keep your co-hosts happy.
All right, I'll take it to 59. That's cool.
And Rob rated it 50, and Rob's a football genius. I know you don't know Rob that well, but he's actually one of the greatest minds in football, Rob Shepherd.
There you go.
Yeah, Rob will never tell you himself, but he is one of the most respected minds in football in England. So if Rob says it, it's Rob.
It's Rob.
Yeah.
Okay. How about
we'll move on though?
We'll move on.
Sorry, JK. You missed your shot on Jota.
Yeah. Salah. How about Salah? Mohamed Salah.
On another day, eh? The classic, on another night. He has 2.
Yeah.
I mean, just a very Mo type of. Is it a reverse Samson that he's had with the hair transplant? I don't think so. But it is just one of those games. On another night, he scores. We were 1-0 down when he hit the bar the first time, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, that could have gone in, and just it's a different type of Mo game. But I don't think it was his best.
32 touches. Not many. He was involved, but not as. Usually, his touches are in the 50s, 60s, around there. 32 touches.
Yeah. So for all those people, I saw somebody saying yesterday that we couldn't make Mo captain, because if he was captain, then we'd be passing him the ball even more. And they were suggesting that the only thing we do is pass the ball to Mo, and Mo wastes it all the time. And when you see last night that he had 32 touches, does that look like a player that we are just giving the ball to all the time? It's
not as of late.
That is it's not. No. He's not some like ball hog. This whole selfish Salah thing is starting to rear its head. It's like, wow, people have short memories. They'll be looking back in 10 years.
I think they're saying he's selfish though because of his he could, rather than take the shot, they possibly could have given another pass or the likes, because some of those shots were pretty.
That's what
you're
they're saying. That's what they're saying. No, people are out there saying selfish Salah.
Yeah.
And that's his, as if that's his, he's always been selfish. He's always been this guy.
Oh, no, I would not say he's always been selfish.
Like, it's
he
bad.
normally gets a lot. I don't think he's nervous. I don't think he's selfish. I think it's in a Klopp offense. There were times when, for instance, because this is why it was one of my biggest defenses for Lucho, was that like Lucho would get 20, 30 touches in a game or something like that. But then you look at Mo Salah and he was like at 65. He was always like double what Lucho was getting. And now with the offense, statistically at least, you're looking at a more balanced amount of touches for both wingers, and that makes a different presentation. Yeah.
No, but what I'm getting at is that there's people out there that are saying this has always been a problem with him. This has always been a thing. This is what I'm saying. This narrative is now starting to arrive that because these people are so messed up in the head that they want him to leave, and they know he's leaving, so they want to slag him off and say he's always actually been bad and he's always been detrimental.
They're trying to like tarnish the
tarnish the fucking reputation of a guy who, if you're talking about pure ability and skill on the ball, no.
That makes it easier for the loss. I think it's kind of like one of those where like, like if you're dating someone, you're like, oh, she wasn't that attractive anyway, or oh, she had this bad habit or that bad habit. Like, no.
Yeah, no, of course that's 100% about what it is. But what I'm saying is, like, in 10 years' time, you will. I know they're not worth mentioning, Trout. That's why I don't like talking. That's why I don't like doing this negativity thing. Oh, such and such said this. Like, let's celebrate what the player does, rather than what some idiot said about him. But like I said, it's just to a grander point about how people like to forget, how good players are when they're at your club. Then as soon as when they leave, in 3 years' time, you have the same kind of but he's not as good as Salah. He's not as good as Salah.
I know.
The goal Salah used to score.
He's not as good as Mane.
Can't forget that.
Not as good as not as good.
Let's never forget.
He's not as good as Bobby. I mean, they're always going to.
Yeah. But he's goal scoring. I mean, you do not score what Salah scored for us. You just don't do that as a non-out-and-out striker without having, a different level of ability. Okay, yeah, he does take the odd touch too many every now and again. And yeah, he should pass it every night, but he's a goal scorer. That's what he does. And that's just what you got to live with sometimes. It's just, why didn't you pass that? Because it's Mo. He's always going to shoot. I don't think that's selfishness. I just think that's what got him to where he is today. He was never, his assists are off the charts, but he was never like a creator. So, but anyway, I think 70.
Trap Joe had him at a 90. Jimmy had him at an 80. Bonkers had him at an 80. Yeah. Bernie had him at a 90. 85 from Cedric.
Like, those are all higher than Gravenberch, right? I don't think either of those people get Gravenberch.
Absolutely. Everyone gave him much higher. He had statistically, he had a good game. He had the second best game statistically than any player. Out of all the players on the pitch, he had the second best statistically scored game. Only second to Cody, actually. But I mean, he had 32 touches.
That's
15 out of 19 for his passing. Had one key pass. Had one long ball that he was accurate for. He had 2 shots on target, 2 shots off target, 1 shot blocked, 2 that hit the woodwork. He was 3 out of 4 for his dribbling attempts, 6 out of 7 for his ground duels. Only lost the ball 5 times. Was fouled once, which could have been a yellow card, by the way. And also 2 tackles is what he committed to yesterday.
There you go. He only lost the ball 5 times, but he lost the ball 5 times.
Yeah.
Rob
gave him 82. What was your score? Do you want to put your score? I know you spoke on it at length, but what was your score for him?
I was just waiting. I was kind of waiting for JK to come back. Is JK back? Do you want to do
he's still on mute. I think.
Oh, okay.
When he goes off mute, I'll ask him. Yeah. I see he's still on mute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think he wasn't That's correct. I'm just shocked two people gave him 90. Just below the two boys that were top, that was Grav. So 79. That'd be just underneath Grav and Gakpo.
Okay. I think we'll stick with the 80 because there was 82, 85, like I said, the 90s, 80, 80. There's like 2 or 3 80s here.
I just
Subs,
really
real
want them
quick.
above the other two. That's all.
I don't think so. I think they're right around the same score. I think Gravenberch got higher than 80, I think. Substitutes. We're only going to go through 3 substitutes because 2 of the substitutes, by the way, played, but they didn't really. I mean, they only got like a minute, or they got subbed in at the 90th minute. Like the 3rd minute of extra time is when Endo came in. The 3rd minute of extra time is when Chiesa came in. So I'm not going to rate them. But I will rate Darwin, who came in at the 60th minute. Lucho came in at the 68th minute. Gomez is close though. I mean, he only had like 79 minutes. He came in at the 79th minute. So that's like a questionable if you want to rate him or not.
No,
but
for me,
Darwin, I thought played well. I had him at a 70 as my rating. 90 for I see him all types of scores there. I know Marion's going to come up 100 for Darwin, so that's going to definitely inch it closer towards a better score than mine. Trap Joe had him at 80. JK still on mute. So Brian, what was your score? You see this is my score for him. Cedric had him at 70. What was your score for Darwin?
Par, he came in, he, like I say, everybody starts on 50, he comes in on a 50. I don't think he did anything bad or good, so I just leave it on a 50. Fine, came in.
He almost got a.
Yeah, I know. I watched the same game as you. I know. Honestly, that's my score.
Well, obviously didn't. You said he did nothing. I don't think he did nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, if we're going to go pedantic on the language. When I say
you literally just said he did nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Like, but it's a phrase.
I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I know it's from America and I'm from Waterford. When I say he did nothing yesterday, that doesn't mean he literally stood there and didn't do anything. It just means he didn't do anything to work. He did nothing worthy of note.
I thought that the ball
I know, but you're asking me. But you're asking me my rate.
No,
but you keep interrupting me when I try to give you my rate.
Giving your opinion, and I'm giving my counter. That's all. I'm just saying. I thought that ball poke in the box was a good play, and I thought he'd get it. There's another play they did well too. But go ahead.
But that's for your rating. So I mean, if you're going to pick apart I'm just saying, to me, he didn't, when he came on, he didn't do anything worthy of note. He didn't do anything. When I say par, he wasn't bad.
Right.
He didn't come on and do anything bad, but he didn't come on and anything. Oh, it's 5 points for that, 10 points for that. I just think he came on and just he was just involved. Right. That was it. But I mean, that's just the way I do my ratings. I just come on. Look, he's a 50. I'm not trying to dig myself out of a hole, Marion. I'm trying to uncover the dirt. I haven't changed my rating.
Oh my goodness!
My rating is still 50.
Touchy today. Sorry's touchy.
No, I'm not. It's just I don't like. I don't know if say maybe my words aren't. Maybe I should be more clear about when I say something. It's just that. Again, I know this guy is dynamite. You can't say anything about him without people giving him 100 out of 100 just because he's good looking. Sorry, Marianne, but
I can't live. Wow.
I don't live.
All right, Brian. Okay.
We
get your point.
If Marion could see my face, she'd know I'm laughing.
Yeah.
She'd know I'm laughing. I'm not. I know she can interpret things her own way. She knows. It's look, the guy came on, he had a decent game. Same with Nunes, or same with Diaz. He'll still get a 50. If he came on, scored twice, then you get 70. So came on, got par.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's slander.
Yeah. I was hoping he was going to get better connection. That pass that he had in the box where he tried to swivel and get a volley on it, that was behind him. That's unfortunate. If he was better positioned, or if the pass was a better pass, to tell you the truth, he possibly could have put something more on that. He only had 3 passes yesterday. It was 3 for 3 for his passing. Had one key pass. That was the one I was speaking about, where he poked it away and was in the box and was actually able to possibly get a goal on. It's 2 out of 3 for his ground duels. Didn't connect on any of his aerial duels. Was active in 3 of them. Was fouled once. Was offside once. Lost possession once, and then that's about it. Yeah.
Not for you, Bernie. No, Bernie's not a D man. A Darwin man. Sorry, Bernie's not a Darwin lady. Yeah, I need to rephrase that totally. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Bernie.
totally going to say pause on that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. Anyway.
Bernie isn't a. Yeah, who's your guy, Bernie, at the moment in the Liverpool team? Who's the man?
So I'm going to stick with a 70 on that one. Pretty much everyone gave him 70s for Darwin across the board.
You forgot about his 2 90s.
Yeah, I know. That's because that's why I'm rating him with Rob's 50 and your low score for him too.
Oh, JK yet? No.
Tossing those two. Nope, JK is still indisposed.
See, JK always ducks out when the controversial conversations.
Controversial ones come up. Yeah, he finds himself ghost. Lucho got subbed in with Darwin. Came in for Cody. Little double switch up front, and Lucho played well yesterday, but not necessarily like exceptional. But he was only in for a few minutes. This is my grade for him. What was your grade in the chat for Lucho? It's the last player. I'm not gonna. I have Gomez up, but I'm not gonna. Gomez got 80 minutes. I got 10 minutes to play. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's not fair. Not fair at all. I said 50 anyway. That's my one. 50. I said I was going to give Diaz and Nunes 50s. So.
Big up Delonte. Yes. Darwin always initiates some chaos. Even when it's not on the pitch, he initiates chaos in conversation.
It's usually not on the pitch, by the way, these days. More often than not. 70, 70, 70, 65, 80. Trap Joe's on the Kool-Aid. High scores. High scores indeed.
Yeah. Jimmy gave him a 70. Marion gave him a 70. Bernie gave him a 70. Cedric gave him a 70. Rob gave him a 65. What was your score for him? I gave him a 70, obviously.
No, like I said earlier, I'm giving the 2 boys a 50. Okay. When I was talking about Nunes, I was saying I was going to give Diaz
those 2 boys. I got
50s. Yeah, both 50s.
Yeah, I'll stick with the 70s though, despite the 50. Because most of them, there's like
everyone was 70. Everyone.
Yeah, there's like 5 70s.
I'm just waiting for JK with the 22. Come on, JK, help me out over here, man. No, I'm only with. I don't know what JK probably be. I'd imagine JK would probably give Nunes a 60, and he'd probably give Diaz a 65. I'd say. He probably. I would have guessed that would have been JK's type of ratings.
That's weird. Shout out to Federico getting his first cap as a Liverpool player.
Bit disappointing that. What, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I'm sure they're probably looking to get him in earlier. Those subs were on sideline for a while though. There wasn't a break, unfortunately, at the end of the game for him. I
was hoping, because we were talking about it at the time, like the Diaz one was kind of confusing. Mm-hmm. It was sort of, we're talking about resting him or whatever, but Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Chiesa would, like, it would have been one of those scenarios where we were 3-1 up. We were in control, so that's a good time to bring Chiesa on instead of Diaz there. But, it was what it was. But at least he got on the pitch.
Mhm.
That's most important. He's broken his duck now, so he's in the team.
Yeah.
Just an odd one, I thought, to bring on Diaz. I don't know what people in chat. I just thought it was like, okay, why are we bringing on Diaz when the game is already locked up? But yeah,
I think it was because
that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it's because none of the other options were able to play that role that we were replacing. Because we had two keepers on the bench. We had Robbo on the bench, Kwan's on the bench, Bradley on the bench. Those are all 5 players you're obviously not going to use. And the other 2 players that we had as options were either Curtis Jones or Tyler Morton. So if you're going to take off one of those players, unless you're going to switch up the formation and everything else, there was
I
enough
just thought Chiesa. I just took Chiesa for Gakpo. That's what I thought. That's what I just thought. Like, he was, why bring on Diaz? But I'm sure there was a very good reason.
I think that maybe obviously, or not obviously, but maybe they had the thoughts of bringing Mo off sooner than they actually did.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's who he actually got subbed in for, was Mo Salah. Chiesa.
It's just quite disappointing when you. It's not like we can't wait to see him or whatever. It's not like we sign Messi or something, but it's just kind of a bit. You like to see him come. You don't like seeing him coming on and basically turn around and running off again. You'd like to have seen 20 minutes of him.
Wow, Malante with a shout here. That's great.
What's that? I like to see Chiesa starts out. Oh, okay. Are you? I mean, Atlanta.
I think he's more of the managing minutes. Yeah, because he said the same for Virgil too. So that's not raised. I shouldn't say that's too surprising, actually.
I mean, he's got. Oh, yeah, it's a big call. I just would have liked to see 25 minutes of Chiesa had we been 3-0 up or something. But we'll have to wait. It will happen.
Okay. Well, we're going to bring JK back into the fire here and ask him what his rating was for Arnie Slot. What was your rating for Slot as the gaffer for us?
I think it was. I'll give him a 80. I think because of the way we sort of came back into the game after we let a goal in early. His subs, they were okay. Nothing special, I would say. But yeah, just because of the win, away from home, first game, San Siro, I'll give him an 80.
Okay. What was your rating for him, Brian? What was it, Brian? Oh. Waiting for Brian. Yeah,
sorry. No,
sorry.
Sorry, yeah, I'm back. I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay, good. Sorry.
We're doing Slots rating right now.
Oh yeah, 85.
85. Okay, that's quick and painless. 80 was JK's. 85 was Brian's. I think I gave him a 75. To be honest with you, but I do know that's his birthday, so I'm gonna have to up that for sure. Jimmy gave him an 80. Let's see, 85 from Bernie.
What is
80
he, by the way?
From Marion.
46, 40, 45, 46, is he?
Yeah, 46.
46?
Yeah. His birthday was yesterday, mine's today, actually.
Happy
birthday,
Happy
JK.
birthday, man. Well, you should have said that earlier.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Wait, to the 90th minute. You wait the extra time.
Got the last minute winner. Yeah, man.
Last minute winner from JK. Yeah.
There you go. They had to win yesterday, bro. I thought, look, man, like I'm gonna like when the game finishes, it's gonna be 12 o'clock. I don't want to go into my birthday not winning away to AC Milan in the Champions League, because the Champions League always falls on my birthday. The first games around that
First
time.
games, yeah.
Yeah, on that week. So I thought
Okay.
sorted, I'll beat them. So since then, it's been all good, you know.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you have a good day? Did you have a good day today? Did you do?
Yeah, top great.
Celebration.
The weather was perfect, bro. Yesterday and today, the sun's been shining. So we was all out family, and that's why I keep on getting phone calls through the show. People just want to say happy birthday, bro. That's why
Cool.
it's on me.
Yeah. Cool.
You know.
Cool. Are you in England at the moment? Are you still back in
Yeah,
England?
I'm in England.
Cool.
I'm still in
The
England.
same as us. Yeah, it hasn't the sun. There hasn't been a cloud in the sky for 2 days. It's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
It's been nice, man. That's
Yeah,
when the
no.
weather's good. Everything's good, bro.
Yeah, exactly. A winning AC and a birthday. Yeah,
There you go.
nice one. Yeah, last minute winner, man. Typical JK.
And Bernadette's a Virgo as well. Bless Bernadette. Yeah, Virgo's cool, man.
There you go.
Yeah, it was Bernie's birthday Sunday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Bernadette. When's her birthday, sorry?
Sunday, just gone.
Sunday.
Oh, just gone.
Yep.
Okay. Happy birthday. I know 3 people who had the same birthday on Sunday. So Bernadette's the 4th now. That's crazy.
All you Virgos, man.
Yeah. Jimmy gave an 80 to Arnie, 80 from Marion, 85 from Trap Joe. A lot of birthday shouts for you too, by the way. People showing you love. JK, Cedric, Bernie, Marion, Trap Joe.
Prince Harry, is that true? Is Prince Harry as well? Okay.
Jimmy, Prince Harry, his birthday as well. Okay, I got you. Oh wow, okay. Well,
Yeah,
Rob, you'll have to
don't get your hopes
tune
up,
in. We'll make
Rob.
sure to say happy birthday to you next week for sure.
I was just.
Is it
gonna
a
say, Rob,
week
don't
away
get your
from
hopes
today?
up.
Is it a week
Don't get
away
your
from
hopes up,
today, or
Rob.
is it just like next week? I mean, I don't know. Is he a Virgo too? Is that next week? Is that still Virgo? I have no idea.
Yeah, next week as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the guys in the comments saying happy birthday, man. Big respect.
So 83 is what Arnie's going to go with. We're going to go with man of the match now. Man of the match. Tell us who is your player of the match, as Champions League puts it. They don't put MOTM. They put player of the match.
My man of the match is gonna be Gravenberch, bro.
Okay. It's next weekend, next Wednesday. Okay.
25th. Okay.
Okay, Rob.
He's a Libra.
All right. We'll definitely be sure to give a shout. If you're not too busy on your birthday, definitely join us for it as well.
Yeah, man.
Again, so we're gonna go man of the match. Who was your man of the match? I have a feeling that's going to be who it's going to be, but who we're going to put as man of the match? Who's yours, JK? Who's you voting for?
Gravenberch, bro. He showed the vigor and like he just played well. Them interceptions and stuff, top class.
Okay. How about for you, Brian? Brian's on mute right now, so I guess
Gakpo.
he is. Maybe he's taking. He might be fielding some. Okay. I didn't know if you were taking happy birthday phone calls for JK as well.
We're switching off.
Switching off, yeah. He's like, I can't get through to JK. So I want to make sure that you tell him.
Yeah. I'm gonna ring Brian. You probably know where he is.
Brian, you know where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's going. I have a feeling of who it's going to be. Again.
Yeah, that was just Jurgen Klopp on the phone ringing to wish JK happy birthday. So that's all that was.
There you go. Yeah. JK Jurgen Klopp. JK. Bless. Thank you, bro. Dankeschön.
Who was your man of the match? I saw that Marion gave to VVD. That's a shout. I like that. I gave it to the Prince. Cedric, thank you. That's who I had too, by the way. I had Cody as my man of the match. So that's 2.
That's 3.
1 for VVD, 2 for Grava, 2 for Cody so far.
No,
Trap Show. Wow, you guys gonna make this more hard, difficult.
It's not 2. It's not 2 for Cody. Can you hear me? Did you hear me? Or I put it. I
can hear you.
3.
It is 2 for Cody. I voted for Cody, and Cedric voted.
And who did I vote for?
That's 2.
And who did
Didn't
I
you vote for Gravenberch, or did you vote for Cody?
I voted
for Cody.
I said it twice.
I didn't hear you say that. I thought you voted for Gravenberch. I heard for some reason I heard you say. I thought you said Gravenberch. My fault. So that's 3 for Cody, and then 1 for Gravenberch. Okay. Let me get back to the scores here in this chat. Wow, Celtic out big, by the way, 3-0. Trap Joe had it Macca, like I said. Then Bonker said Gravenberch. That's 3-2. That's great. Stevie G rang you. That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what happens with their games.
He kissed the camera, probably. The voice, the FaceTime for you too, I'm sure. That'd be great. That'd be great if you did that. A little celebration.
That'd be cool.
You can get him on Cameo. Well, you can't get him on Cameo. I'm sure you probably can't, but you could.
I don't know. Yeah, that'd be expensive to get Stevie G.
Yeah, but he's the type of guy who would do it for free if you met him somewhere. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he has. I'll tell you guys backstage if you're still around, but he has actually done that before and got him in quite a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just put it that way.
Okay.
I'll tell you backstage if you're still there.
So we're at a 3-3 tie, people.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Looks like Ryan got a vote from Rob as well. So
we love a tie.
We gotta figure out how we're gonna break this tie. And we need another vote for one of your player of the match.
But just to what Nalante and I just say Nalante. I just think it's a bit early. I mean, you're talking about someone with Chiesa who was 0 minutes, basically in the league. I mean, I can understand both sides, but I don't think it's that extreme, really. I wouldn't say Chiesa is ready to start a game of Premier League football right now to replace Salah. I think come on for half an hour, and again to what Rob is saying, I think the whole squad was bad against. Yeah, you do need to make changes, but I'd be very, very shocked if Chiesa started and Salah was on the bench against Bournemouth. I really would.
So what are we doing? What are we doing, people? Do we have
still waiting?
We need a tiebreaker. No. Yeah, still waiting.
For, yeah. That's kind of
I'll get the
call it a tie.
Call it a double Dutch.
No,
double Dutch.
Double Dutch. Double Dutch. That's funny. That's a good one.
Call it a tie, man.
Okay, give me a second. I'll have to make another card for it.
Unless there's any late entries.
I think if Cody had played the entire game, people would have possibly picked him more assertively. But I guess because he didn't, he's not as prevalent in people's opinions of being the guy.
Yeah, flip a coin for it.
All right. No. Flip a coin. I'm not flipping a coin. All right, so
you can do that. You can do that online. I know some people they do that. You know that what they call like virtual coin flipper thing. They do
Oh, the
that
app,
sometimes.
the coin toss app. or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it
that's
is.
it. Coin toss app. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Nolante, I
Sorry,
don't
let's
know,
bring
man.
this back here.
I don't know. I don't see it though. I don't see it too.
All right. So, Gravenberch, man of the match. And Cody Hackbo, man of the match. The men of the match. All right.
Yeah.
The men of the match. Pretend that A is an E, because that's what we just did, basically. The men of the match. Since we couldn't break the tiebreaker, I put it out there for you guys.
First time it's ever happened. That's the first
yeah.
time that's ever happened.
Put it out there. I'm sure if the streets was here, he'd be like, "It's my turn to make it happen."
It's good though. I like that. It used to happen a lot under Klopp in the good days, where you could spank a team 5-0, and even like someone could score 2 goals and get an assist, but there'd still be at least 3 other people that you could legitimately say were man of the match. And I used to love that about our team. I loved that so much about our Klopp teams, that it'd be like, who's man of the match? You'd be like, okay, there's 4 players, pick anyone, because that was one of our greatest strengths. You know, that we never had someone that was like an out and out kind of performer in our team. It was always so hard to pick apart. It was like the whole team was 10 out of 10. The whole team was 9 out of 10. And I thought that was one of the best, the most important parts of that Klopp team, was that there was very rarely was there a standout performer, but it was standout performance after performance. And I do like that. I think that's a good sign when you have 2 people and you can't pick them, or sorry, you can't split them for man of the match. I mean, if you had 4 players like that, you're probably going to be winning a lot of games, you know? Yeah,
Well,
like Jimmy's saying, good to see it being tight for man of the match. It's a good sign.
Yeah,
It's a good sign.
good. Yeah, it means that everyone's putting in contributions. And Cody with the thanks, the show of gratitude for the fans that made it out there. I know originally I think Bernie said 2, and then someone else said 4,000 people, 4,000 Reds were able to go and take the trip to Italy to support our club. They were loud and they were proud out there.
4326 was the exact number. 4,326.
Oh, 43. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Spurs losing. Okay, that's a thing.
Yeah, some very good performances. This young man right here is certainly making his push. I did see, I guess, apparently he did get a haircut, I guess, because this was a picture of him back when he was playing for Holland.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I knew it.
Oh, classic.
He's got some hair like me. I'm like, I had to give him props.
That's Gravenberch and 12 combined. You get that?
Yeah.
That's a mad one. That's wicked. That is.
Oh man.
Oh, that certainly ain't Root Hullet. That ain't Root Hullet.
Yeah, it's not at all.
No, that's class. Yeah.
Also yesterday, these are some of the I know I got him laughing.
The man who brought sexy football. Do you remember sexy football? Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
Quote, yeah.
Football? Yeah. He was the first person ever. Root Hullet showed up to Chelsea. I was like, so what do you like? He was like, what kind of football do you want to play? And Root Hullet just sits there like an absolute fucking godfather. Just goes, sexy football. And it's just like, wow, what a quote. What a man. A player manager, a sweeper, a striker, a winger. Those days are gone, man. Those days, those 90s days of a player manager.
Now a Red. Now he's a Red. Just joking. Just joking.
Yeah.
His veteran is
he doesn't.
Rick James.
He doesn't.
This was another funny highlight of the game here yesterday. This is obviously this is Tammy getting in Endo's face. about something. I forget what it was about too.
Nothing.
I think it might
It
have
was
been after.
nothing.
There's nothing.
No, it was
Who gets
nothing.
get-
Watch
yeah.
if we watched it back, it was absolutely nothing, wasn't it? It was just,
I think it was
I
just
mean, not even a
frustration.
shoulder.
Yeah,
there
and
was.
he's
It
like
wasn't a bad challenge or anything.
Yeah, he's trying.
It was
it's
barely
just-
even a foul. What happened? Like, and he just
Yeah.
lost his mind. He's like,
Yeah.
"Where's the smallest guy on the pitch? There you go. There
Yep.
he is." And then
Yep.
there was like, "Who me?"
Yeah, yeah. Endo's like, nah, man. Endo's like, yo. Endo's like, you want to talk to me? You gotta talk to my brethren. You gotta talk to my brethren. Good bounce back game for this team, man. Good bounce back game. Glad to see that they came out. You know, they could have easily crumbled and really gotten. It could have really gotten ugly when they went down 1-0. They fought. They brought it back, and I'm glad to see that they actually, you know, got things together and made things happen. There was some. I wanted to share something that was it was pretty funny to me, at least, because yesterday, obviously, Manchester City not Manchester City, Manchester United got they won. I think what was the score again? 7 something, right?
Sounds
Yesterday,
familiar.
7 whatever.
I think it was something
And
similar to what we did to them at Old Trafford, wasn't it? Something
I
similar to the
know,
scoreline
and this
we
is how
had at Old
bad.
Trafford, I think.
Shout out to Terry from the Football Terrace, because dude, you are reaching for some titles. He ended up putting up United 7-Up. I was like, United 7-Up, maybe like Diet 7-Up. You know, like,
Oh no, you're not taking that back. No, I like the bravery in trying to reclaim the 7-Up thing, but no.
I know
That means
I know.
something very different to Man United fans, dude, and it ain't fucking
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what it means. Actually,
Yeah.
there was a report. I saw this right here.
7-Up.
This is the report. This is what I saw yesterday. Apparently. But now, yeah, get that 7-Up. Get that. That was apparently what I saw for when it comes to United. Beating up on poor old Barnsley. It's a shame. What a shame. But they're trying to reclaim or claim the 7-Up title. And I'm like, are you for real, man? You guys look about as silly as this guy.
This guy is an actor, this guy.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
He's always
the
trying
only way
to
they can get that 7-Up title away is if they beat us 7-0.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way. They don't matter even if they beat Arsenal 7-0, it don't really matter. It's got nothing to do with us, you know.
And JK, they have to do it at Anfield.
Yeah,
exactly.
We did it at their house. We went to their house and we pissed all over their carpet. They can bring it. Nah, they need to go to Anfield and do that to us. Then they can talk.
Then they can talk.
Score 8.
Yeah.
And they need to score 8. Until then, that's the conversation over. We went to your house.
Or otherwise, they just look like this then. Otherwise, they
oh, looks like that.
Oh man, they look like a joker. For sure. Still though, people, we're going to be concluding our episode there today. We have a bunch of different things to get going for tomorrow's show.
No comment, Bernie. No comment.
Yeah, there you go. But we wanted to make sure as we round in on the 2-hour mark here, JK, is there anything you wanted to say to people before we bounce out?
No, it's just happy to get a win yesterday. It's been a top day today as well. Weather, everything, birthday, everything blessed. And I thought it was nice to come and chat with you guys about the game yesterday. It was good. I'm blessed up to the chat as well. Nice one.
Yeah, for sure. Brian, I was just going to look to see some scores too. I see some of these. It's still 0-0 in the first in the second half for the City game. It's still 0-0 PSG.
Yeah.
Still 0-0 for in the second half for Dortmund. Celtic were playing Slovan, and
Slovan Bratislava.
they're up
Slovan
big
Bratislava.
4-1 in that matchup.
Yeah, 4-1 up.
The Bologna game versus Shakhtar ended up going to a 0-0 draw. Sparta Praha played RB Salzburg today. They ended up winning 3-0, and that's about it on my updates of scores so far.
Yeah,
And
back
Dortmund
in-
has just gone up 1-0 against Club Brugge in the 76th minute. They just went up. Jamie Gittins just scored for them, so that has a score on it. We're about 75 minutes into all the games here, and 0-0s and 1-0s, other than the 4-1 really by Celtic is like the big one, and also Sparta as well.
Sparta, that's 19 years they've been out of the Champions League. Sparta Prague, a big club from a big footballing country back in the day, but 19 years, 20 years out of the Champions League. It's good to be back, but you go and put but that is the Red Bull Salzburg team featuring Stefan Bajcetic and Bobby Clark, who both started tonight. So they're getting their Champions League experience, definitely. I mean, it wasn't a great start for them, but that's Clark, we sold him, but Bajcetic on loan. So they both started, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway,
yeah, no, you're right.
I think they both. Yeah,
no,
they both
right.
started. Okay,
they both started.
And they were talking about, they were showing that match on Irish TV earlier on, and they were talking about how it was men against boys because there was something like 4 teenagers and 3 under 23s. And
I was gonna say I couldn't really name any player on.
A really young side. Yeah, and Bajcetic and Clark were 2 of them. So. Bit of a baptism of fire, but it's great to see that they're not just gone to some random team and they're getting swallowed up. They're actually now getting top flight European experience. Like I said, Clark is sold, but at least Bajcetic, he is a starter, and we know, hopefully, I mean, not a great game there, but this is what you want to see with your players going out on loan, is that they're actually playing, and that's a good level to be playing at. So I'll be keeping a bit of an eye on Salzburg.
Yeah,
but that's not a great start for them. But anyway,
yeah. So again, 0-0 still in those other games as well. Yeah. The guy keep in mind too, the Sparta Praha, which is in Prague. That was a team that we played last year in Europa as well, by the way. Pretty much the teams that we played either in our group or either the teams that we played later on are all teams that did very well that the previous year in their league to pretty much get into the Champions League on their own, despite finding themselves in Europa last year. It's kind of interesting. So for those that thought that we had a pushover of a group. So those teams were decent teams that were part. USG was a decent team. Sparta Praha was a decent team. So, anyways, still 0-0.
There's one for JK. Coventry are 1-0 up against Spurs.
Yeah. I heard the roar, bro.
You heard the roar, yeah. JK's only 5 minutes away from that, like.
Yeah. I heard it pretty loud today because it's Tottenham, you know what I mean?
That'd be great.
Werner's
Spurs so Spurs playing away for their
Spurs playing away. Levy's there as well. The owner of Tottenham, he's there in the crowd. My uncle and my cousin have gone down. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you. I understand. I mean, I wasn't a fan of it initially because it takes a lot to get used to. Or it takes a lot to just even understand how this league format is going to work out for the Champions League. But as Brian said earlier today, I mean, I think that I think that the fact that we just went to Italy, which was probably the most difficult game of the 4 away matches, is probably the most difficult one on the list, and we got to win, means that we should be able to make a real push for top 8, or to be in that top 8 ring of the league format, to make it into the next round, to also avoid playing 2 additional Champions League games as well, which very much so could be the case for some other teams. Currently, I'm not going to jinx it.
Like what JK was saying there, you were talking about LFC leading the way on stuff. I don't think it's any surprise that after the Allison comments about there being too many games in his press conference, I don't think it was any real surprise then to see Rodri come out the next day and then double down and talk about possible industrial action and things like that. Because like Allison, if Allison hadn't come out and kind of said it at the start, in a lesser way, then that gives Rodri the kind of the impetus to come out and say it now. And now you've got stories coming out in the press about how players might genuinely think about industrial action, because that's something people forget they can do. They're unionized, and they can strike if they want. I don't think it'll ever come to that, but I think at least the fact that you're now seeing this, like JK was saying, you get a high-profile Liverpool player comes out and says something. Well, guess what happens the next day? Someone else in the press conference is coming out and saying it, because we've had the balls to stand up, so other people can have the balls to stand up. Yeah, true, Nilante, that's true. I was just trying to keep it. Yeah, but no, you are correct. A lot of people have been saying this, but now you give them a Champions League press conference and a microphone, they embolden each other to come out and make these statements without sanction, which is the most important thing. So it is coming to a head now, and what we're all realizing is that the product is suffering. What we're watching on the pitch will be suffering. But it comes out now. It's just weird. They come out now like the season after they've just introduced 2 brand new competitions. So has the I don't know has the horse bolted? Is it a bit late to be trying to lock the gate here on this one? Is it empty words and rhetoric? But this is their careers. They were working it out that some of these players could play something close to 83 games this season if they go well in competitions, and the boys are saying like 50 to 60. That's the most you want to play. Extra 25 games potentially. It's going to break. It's going to come to a breaking point, I think so. One to watch.
Yeah, I saw Bernie ask for a update on City as well. We'll go a little over time. The plane is already parked at the gates here, but we will speak on this. They're saying finally after 19 months of waiting, Man City's hearing the Premier League began in London this week, but those wishing for more information from the hearing are likely to be disappointed, according to former Everton CEO Keith Winnes. He says, we're not going to hear much. We're not going to be hearing much. This is his quote. They have been very clear about that, he said. They're going to keep a lot of it in-house and hopefully deal with as much of the controlling the leaks as possible. But I can't say this again. It's not 115. It's the 130. It is the 130. It's amazing how like you see a lot of these updates and they still put 115, 115, 115. It's actually 130 charges. They actually updated after the 115 charges initially came out. Apparently, there's 15 additional charges that got brought on top of those 115 charges. So they brought back the fine-tooth comb and said, "Oh, wait a minute, there's another one right here." But yeah, it's going to be taking place. Lord Panic, right? A Panic is that how you say it, or a Panic?
Lord Pinnock, I think. This is the guy, I think. Yeah, Lord Pinnock.
Pinnock, Pannick.
Oh, that guy. That's Panic.
He's the
Okay, Panic as
barrister
in
for
yeah, that's Panic. Yeah, Panic.
Pannick.
Yeah, see, the thing is
Okay.
as well, like people that would be liking the updates, if you were to get an update from this trial every day, you would be bored to tears within minutes because it would be hours and hours and hours of lawyer talk and technical argument about this and that. We just need the headlines. That's all we need as fans. We trust the process that this been done correctly. And yeah, we don't need to, oh, here's an update on 4 hours of technical argument over point A and B. We don't need that. You just need maybe a weekly roundup of what was talked about, something like that. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be reading an hour-long update on, yeah, Lord Panic arguing about the difference between, Tuesday and Wednesday for 3 hours in front, because that's the kind of shit that's going to be going on. Real technical stuff, like Nalante saying, could take months.
No, you're right. He said it himself. He said, Keith Winus, Everton CEO, former Everton CEO, says the secret location was leaked. There are photographs of lawyers going in. The lead lawyer, David Panic, is reportedly on £5,000. If you can get it,
Oh,
man.
Go get it, baby.
If you can get it, go get it, bro. Yeah. Wow. £5,000. That's nice. It's very nice.
Talk about the bonus if you win. Whoosh.
Yeah. Imagine being like, oh, what you do today? I worked a solid 8 hours today. Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
What'd you take home? 40K.
Yeah.
That froze up a little
hang
bit.
On, and then hang on a minute. My client just rang me. That's 10 grand an hour because they rang me after hours. That kind of stuff. These boys, yeah.
Exactly.
That doesn't even. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this on a weekend for 2 hours. That's 50 grand in the bank. That's why people don't sue people. That's why people don't sue people, because it just costs so much money. Even when you win, you're paying your lawyers. Oh, he won 10 million. Yeah, but his lawyers cost fucking 5, dude.
No, I mean,
yeah. Exactly. Spurs is tied up 1-1. PSG is still at the 0-0 mark. Inter and Man City are still at the 0-0 mark. And Dortmund has just gone up 2-0.
And that's Inter at City, isn't it? Inter are at the Etihad, aren't they?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's a great defensive performance. Typical Inter, typical.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant by this whole, like, who you have at home and who you have at away really matters. Because, I mean, there's no, we'll get Inter at, or us serving court at home is one thing, but we have to try to get a win on the road at Inter. No, there's none of that. It's just whoever's in front of you, you have to get through. And
yeah, Callum, it's just a cream rising to the top. Inter have always been the team.
Yeah.
No, I know there's a lot of AC fans out there, but yeah, this is Inter's time. They've won a lot of titles recently, and you can see the difference. Really, having like the AC Milan team that we played is nowhere near some of the teams that they used to have, but that Inter Milan team right now it's not their best squad, but it's right up there in terms of what they've had. So yeah, it's sad that to me it should be AC and Inter always. I hate the fact that Juve are the biggest team in Italy. I hate it. They're total scumbags. They really are. They to me are kind of like City. They just cheat all the way if they can. Not like other teams in Italy haven't cheated. Of course they have, but like there's a reason Inter Milan have 3 extra league titles. They're all Juve's titles. And that's only recent. So I just don't like Juve at all. I'm glad to see Inter going to if any team can go to City and shut them down. Now, obviously, they're going to concede late now, but yeah, nearly 1-0. Exactly. Yeah, no, of course it'll happen. But 4's Juve. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will allow this slander, man. 4's a fucking Inter, dude. 4's a Inter all day. You can take your Serie B titles that you won because you were relegated because of match fixing. Cool, take them, allow them. That's all I'll say, man.
Well, we've gone a little bit over, but I was trying to wait out these games. We are into the 90th minute. I don't know how much extra time is on the Man City game. Does anyone know how much extra time they've given?
130 minutes.
Does anyone know the actual number of extra minutes?
I don't know. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. There you go.
4 minutes. Okay. So I can hang up for now 3 minutes to see what that ends up going final at, because we're already at the minute mark of the 90th minute in that game. I'm gonna get it loaded up here on my phone here too. That'd be a good result for Inter, by the way.
Let them go up and take one. Do them one now.
Yeah. Vardial looking good in this game apparently, and PSG also are about to roll into the 90th minute of their game real shortly here, less than 10 seconds before that happens. And they are up against Girona. They're up against Girona.
Yeah, Man City started that kid Savinho tonight that they bought from Girona and renamed. So that was interesting to see. They started with Grealish and Savinho,
right?
Which 2 years ago they weren't at the club. 2 years ago. Savinho wasn't there and Grealish was on the bench every game.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in, he gets one full season, he plays every game, they win everything. Last season he gets dropped again. Now he's back and they're not winning by the sounds of it at the moment. Oh, Spurs 2-1. Oh, JK. Aye, football, eh? That's football.
That's football.
Half an hour ago the boys are coming home happy with a 1-0 and now you're 2-1 down.
That's the Tottenham minute. Premiership quality. Yeah.
Wow.
It looks like it has gone 1-0 in that PSG game. I'm waiting to see who actually scored the goal for them.
Oh, Barney, I'd buy tickets. Honestly, I would pay Oasis ticket prices to see Noel Gallagher's face if they were.
Oh, that's a shame, by the way.
Just for 5 seconds.
Looks like it's an own goal in that PSG game.
Oh, you don't want that.
In the 91st minute, it was Paolo Gazzaniga.
Gazzaniga. That's the goalkeeper. It probably went in off the keeper. He used to be goalkeeper for Southampton, and probably went in off the keeper or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
He's still playing.
Yeah, I want to say rest in peace.
Oh wow, dude! You see this goal? This is the reason I see why they called it an own goal. So it went through his. He went through his 6-hole, through his legs. He went down to scoop it up, and as a goalkeeper, you're supposed to keep your back leg as you should keep your back leg as like a defense for that as well, but he didn't. He had it open and straight. He tried to scoop it up, missed the scoop, went through his legs into the goal. That's absolutely horrible. So it was a actual goalkeeper mistake that gave them a one. It wasn't Now, what I'm not talking, it wasn't like it was a goal that he should have scored on or something. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like that was the case. It wasn't. That was an easy routine save, and he just let it go through a wicker, through the wickers. Right? Is that what you guys call it? 0-0 is going to be the end score of the Man City game. By the way, Gundogan, this was spoke on by Hollywood Rock, missed 2 big chances, missed a big chance right there at the end of the game as well. That could have got them the win, but they ended up going down. Ended up not scoring. They're not going down because they ended up drawing. But it looks like they're going to also. It looks like they are going to be. It looks like Dortmund is about to get a penalty shot. It looks like. Yeah, it looks like they're going to get a penalty shot. So it's currently 2-0. But they're lining up to take this penalty kick. And
Rob, take care, man. Thanks for coming in. Rob has only just joined.
Oh yeah,
recently.
No doubt.
But he's a long-term friend. But he's been the last couple of nights, so it's good to see him 2 nights in a row, Rob.
Yeah. We got the Callum too, by the way. 3-0 was the end of the score, or the final score line for Dortmund versus Club Brugge. They end up winning 3-0. And like I said, Celtic won 5-1. Looks like this PSG game is going to go, and I think it's going to be full time now. Yes, it is full time. That's 1-0 PSG over Girona, and 0-0 for City versus Inter in the first game against.
There we go. We go. Come on. I'm getting more out of that than I did out of last night's game, to be honest with you.
Yep. City had 5 easy chances, to be honest. The prognosis side says. Yes,
that's even better. Callum, tell me it was 10. I'd rather it was 10.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch a game where they missed 10 of the easiest chances of all time and didn't win. I'd love to see Haaland miss 8 good chances. That's what I love. I don't love these. I just want to see those guys crash and burn at every available opportunity.
Okay. Yeah.
Which Thuram?
I like that player. I'd like to see us get. They have a player on PSG that I do like a lot, and he just plays the bench right now. I wish he was. He'd be a good bench player or squad player for us as well. If not a potential starter at some point. He's very much like Kubo, but he plays for PSG. He plays also for the Korean national team. His name is Kang In Lee.
Yeah, so. We know. Well, that was. I just want to ask Hard Rock saying Thuram is trash. Which Thuram are you talking about? Kefram Thuram? Is he playing? Thuram is playing for Inter? That guy? Or what are we talking about?
I'll tell you who had a nice game today. Player that I said that City are interested in this player. I wouldn't mind trying to hijack the deal, but he is older. I don't think we would go for him because of his age.
See you, Jimmy. Take care, man.
He's 29 years old, so that's probably not going to happen. But for Furuhashi. Yes. Kyogo.
Yeah, Thuram.
Kyogo Furuhashi. Plays for Celtic. Had a goal today. Very talented player. Got some really rapid as well. With has some intriguing pace with him. Good player. Very good player.
There's a great tradition up there of Japanese players. From Nakamura. Well, Kim and Jae didn't do too well, but there's a great tradition there at Celtic of good Japanese players. But just Colin was saying there we should go for Lautaro Martinez if Nunes doesn't work, but he's just signed a new deal. Lautaro's locked in at Inter now. He just signed a new 5-year deal. I think he's someone. I think anyone I've spoken to, other than Savage, I think, always would have said I would take him at Liverpool in a heartbeat, Martinez. But yeah, he signed on again this season, I think, for another 4 or 5 years. So yeah, player I love Lautaro. I think he'd be brilliant in the Premier League. He's got that steel that we're talking about.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're not getting him out of Inter now.
No. He's definitely he's appreciated by Inter.
Oh, great player. They love Argentinian players there. I mean, it's great. I mean, could you imagine living in Milan on 250 grand a week? I mean, does it get much better than that? I'm not sure it does.
Well, those are the wrapping. That's the wraps on the scores. We just wanted to definitely sayonara, Strap Joe, and we're going to say goodbye to everyone out there because we are going to be taking on the Live Bird once again tomorrow. So we're gonna have to start working on tomorrow's show as soon as we leave you. But for now, I want to definitely always say, hope that your day goes well. Hope the Wednesday is a good Wednesday night or Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon or whenever you're watching this. I hope that your day in general is just good for you. Especially if you're a Red out there, you know how I have a little bias towards you. So I also wanted to say thank you for joining us. And as always, up the Reds, people, up the Reds. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll look for you to be here. So take care, guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.